Hi everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. How you guys doing this Wednesday afternoon? I hope you guys are doing really well. It's important to keep taking care of yourself. I love having, you know, an assortment of flowers, have some music going because for me it just keeps the atmosphere at a place of peace you know. So sometimes, guys, go out, buy yourself the things that you need to help uplift your spirit. Because, it's not every day that we are in good mood. Sometimes, with stuff that's going on, it can play with our emotions, etc. So make sure you do things to keep your emotions, your spirit, and everything in a high vibe. It's so important to do that, guys. And that's what I've been doing. Self care is so important. I'm on vacation right now. One of the problems I have is learning how to rest because I'm always skipping, jumping, and hopping through hoops. And I'm trying today to learn how to rest and to take care of myself. Even though I take time out for myself, just being able to rest, and just take care of myself more so, especially when I'm on vacation. So, guys, do that and take breaks. Take a vacation, take yourself someplace that you enjoy being because it's gonna lift your mood up. It's gonna just put you in that high vibe mood. Because right now, the world is spinning on toxicity and it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. That's why I only take in a little bit of the news and what I see, the latest of etc. and so forth, because it can be overwhelming and it can affect your mood. It can just bring your mood down really quick. So, guys, keep yourself in a high vibe mood. Music helps. I have a little bit of jazz going in the background as I talk to you guys. Have my tea, my roses, well, flowers. And it's important to just keep doing things to lift your spirit. And tune out the noise, the negativity, the toxicity, tune all that stuff out. Take care of yourself, guys. So, with that being said, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a social worker, I'm not a counselor. I'm just someone who talks from a space of everything that I've gone through that was supposed to break me, but instead, or make me succumb, instead, I became an overcomer with the help of God, you know. And I'm just going to talk to you guys on each video on ways how I became an overcomer instead of succumbing to the pain and all the hurt and toxicity. So remember, this is a place and space here that we uplift everyone and not judge anyone. We're here to uplift so that we can be in a place mentally and physically where we're okay. Okay, so the topic of discussion today, guys, is removing situations that no longer serve you in order to heal from the inside out. Removing situations that no longer serve you so that you can heal from the inside out. And that is so important as you decide to make a decision and choose yourself instead of the drama and the toxicity and being subservient to other people. You choose yourself. So now it's time to focus on yourself. And one way to do it is by removing situations that no longer serve you as you get on this journey to heal, grow, and evolve. Sometimes things in life, situations, circumstances have to be exposed in order to be broken down so that it can be rebuilt again on solid foundation. Because a lot of things are not on solid foundation. And so it has to be exposed, broken down, and then rebuilt again on solid foundation. I know that this might not be easy and it might be painful, but necessary. I know for myself it was extremely painful Even though I know that I was being subservient to other people and they were only coming around when they needed something, they were never there for me. But just having these people around and knowing these people forever, it took a lot of courage. It took a lot of going within to heal things in order to remove things that no longer served my life. Because I was determined that I was going to be an overcomer instead of succumbing to the pain and etc. And one of the reasons, guys, that I was determined, because if God can help me at my lowest point when nobody else was around, then I owe it to Him and to myself to help myself and to learn and through the pain and everything, that I am worth it. You guys are worth it, just like the next individual. You never have to stay in a place of abuse, toxicity, where things are not for your highest good. It's just, taking a toll on your physical and mental health. You don't have to stay in that. You do have a choice in a matter. That's what people who engage in the toxicity and etc., they forget that you have a choice in a matter. You really do. You really don't have to stay in those situations just because you share DNA with someone or you share some other kind of situation with them. You don't have to stay in situations that are no longer for your highest good, because it does affect your physical and mental health. It damages instead of helping you to grow, heal, and evolve. Sometimes it's really necessary, guys, to close doors to what no longer serve you so that you can grow, heal, and evolve. So that you can go and heal your pain from the inside out. Because these things, if you allow them to stay in your life, these toxic situations, it's a distraction from your path to take care of yourself. You owe yourself everything. It's not being narcissistic to have self-love, to want to be at a space of peace, tranquility, and to want to take care of your mental and physical health. Remember, guys, if you're not okay mentally or physically, you can't take care of yourself or anything else around you. So please keep that in mind. I am so grateful to God, everyone. I have some notes here. I am so grateful to God that I was able to do this. It took everything inside me to fight against these things that was happening to me. From people who really believed that they were entitled to me, entitled for me to help them when they had problems and situations. And I'm not entitled to help anyone to do anything, but I owe everything to myself. But because I was in a subservient frame of mind, and I grew up that way, thinking that's what my, mission was here, which is not, people got used to it. And when I decided, when I was in the lowest point of my life in 2020, losing people in my life who loved me and I loved them, and they no longer here, and none of these people that I was subservient to was there for me. And I was in the worst kind of pain of my life that I've ever felt. Pain can change you or either break you, guys. But when it does change you, you see things in life and situations from a different perspective. And sometimes you just have to let toxicity go. You have to let these things go so that you can take care of yourself. When I was at my lowest point, where it couldn't get any lower, I saw God helping me. So when I saw that God was helping me and I was at the lowest point, and in the beginning I was angry at God a lot, guys, and I was just saying a whole bunch of stuff, and He was still holding me in the palm of His hand, helping me. And I had a lot of gratitude for that. Because as I took these little baby steps, God was taking steps, and He was showing me He was taking these steps. And I was determined to heal my pain instead of succumbing to it. So all these things that was happening, like I always tell you guys, situations, circumstances, and people come into our lives for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. And for me, unlearned lessons kept repeating itself like a needle on a broken record. And when I didn't learn, when a lesson came back around again, different characters, but the same scenario. And it would be worse and worse until I felt that pain in my gut. And you know, guys, when you feel pain like this, um, you know, many people succumb to it, but I was determined to overcome it. And I asked God for help. Help me to do this because this is not a one man show. And so I started to change my perspective. I started with therapy, guys. And then, like I always use that metaphor of a box of pieces, 1,000 pieces of puzzles. You turn the box over, all these pieces fall out. You don't know what the picture is until you start to take the time out to put the pieces together step by step. And that's what I had to do. And then I started to learn creative ways, and to look at things from a different perspective in order to get a resolution. Looking at things from a different perspective and not making impulsive decisions based on emotion. You know, and that was the hardest part too. And not staying in a place of bitterness, because remember, people take your power. You know, when you are at a place of bitterness and anger and you stay there, you're stuck, you're stagnated. And what that means is that the people who put you in that situation, they put a chokehold on you and they keep the power over you if you don't forgive. And other people think, I'm not forgiving him or her because A, B, C, D, E, and F, and G, right? But if you stay in that place of bitterness, that person have dropped all this toxicity and pain in your life, right? And then they leave you there rolled up in it. And then they go to whatever and they go on their merry way, and while you left there in this pain of stagnation and bitterness. And they go live their life. They don't care that you're lying there. This is why you forgive, guys. The forgiveness is not for them, it's for you, so that you can get up, get yourself together, heal, grow, and evolve. That's your victory. And while cut off, block, and delete, okay, they already left your life, so you don't invite the pain back in. You close the door and padlock it. You ask God to help you to do that. I know that's what I did. I'm not inviting back anything or allowing anything that caused me this much pain to come back into my life to add more to the pain. Because as you start to grow, heal, and evolve, you start to feel better. When you feel better, you do better. Why would you unlock and reopen those doors again so that these folks can come back and add some more pain to your growth? You know, that's a regression, and I refuse to allow that. It doesn't matter what they're talking about, what they're offering, what they're not offering, doesn't matter. It's noise to me, because I've already healed what I've already went through and the pain that they put me through. So it's important that I keep those doors locked and padlocked, because as I do that and grow, heal, and evolve, guess what? God has gifts behind this new door, better situations, blessings. But how can I go through that door if I'm still pining over this over here that put me into a place where I had to heal? Guys, think about that. Ponder over that for a moment. You know, so these are the reasons why I was determined to heal these things instead of succumbing to them. I decided to end these toxic cycles that I've been going through over and over and over again. I had to close the doors to it because, like I said, these cycles kept reappearing because I wasn't learning the lessons. Different characters, same scenario. And how I put a permanent end to this, guys, is I decided to end these toxic cycles by closing the doors, so that I can move forward. Just closing the doors to these situation padlock, looking at things and life and situations from a different perspective. And one of the things that helped me is making a pro and con list of what people who were already in my life bringing to the table and what I was bringing. And if it didn't add up and it wasn't really an equal give and take, and the cons outweighed the pros, then I had to set strong boundaries. I had to learn to trust God as the people around me left me to drown. you know, especially during the most painful time in my life when I needed them the most. Their mask fell off. They showed me who they were, and they left me where I was, and I had to learn to lean on God, take God's hand. These lessons were extremely painful, you know, but I learned them, and it took time. And this is not an overnight process, guys. It will take time because you're going to fall a few times, but you get up and you keep moving. However, guys, these lessons taught me to trust God and you know, leave the noise behind me and trust God and give these situations to God. Let go and let God, because some things are beyond our control, right? We can't help what people do to us. I mean, but we can change the situation by not allowing it to continue, choosing ourselves so that we can go, heal, grow, and evolve and live our best life. What I've learned also, guys, after, you know, doing the work, and I still do work every day, you know, self-care is a daily thing. You know, self-love, I learned, is now I'm self-disciplined. And I don't make impulsive decisions. You know, if it's about something to eat, but serious things, I don't make impulsive decisions. You know, what I do is take my time. Self-discipline came out of all of this pain and etc. Now I'm more disciplined and responsible more than ever. I am still learning how to rest, guys. That's one thing that I'm still working on. I'm having, you know, a little bit that, and with time management. The time management is getting a little bit better, but the resting, and I'm still working on that. And to live my life to the fullest, and that I don't need the toxic situations in my life anymore, because we know what that's about, right, guys? I continue to open new doors while I close the old ones that no longer serve me. And sometimes it's just necessary to set the strong boundaries, you know, but sometimes it's necessary to close doors because so that you can stay focused on your healing journey. So out of everything I said so far, the message is, guys, never allow fear to stop you from closing doors that no longer serve you. Never allow the fear to do that, because if you do, then you will get distracted off your path. You can be distracted and then succumb to the toxicity that you are trying to heal from. So it's very important to set strong boundaries and sometimes shut doors that no longer serve you, so that you can stay on this path, so that you can heal this pain from the inside out, instead of carrying these burdens with you everywhere you go. So it is better, guys, to be at a place of peace, inner peace, instead of being broken down into pieces. That's the message today, guys. Share this message with other people. Let us keep moving forward, encouraging one another so that we can help one another. It helps me as well as it helps you. It is important because some people don't communicate their feelings and what they're going through, their trials and tribulations. They may be going through a lot of pain, but they keep it inward. And if you tell them about this channel, they may just show up and hear something that may resonate with their own situation, and they may benefit from it and apply it with whatever they're going through to see if it helps them within their own situation. We're here to uplift, encourage, and support one another. Again, that's the message today, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Share these videos with others. Subscribe to the channel. Leave comments for me, how these videos are helping you, how you are resonating with it, and let's keep this going. I will be back tomorrow, not sure of the time. Please subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll get a notification when I'm here. So thank you so much, guys. Enjoy this weather today. Do something for yourself that's going to uplift your spirit and make you feel good. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is Lisa, shedding love and light, and you guys enjoy your day. Bye for now, guys.